Hello friends, this is Tim Collins coming to you again with our weekend word. One of my favorite passages in the Bible is in 2 Samuel chapter 23, where it talks about David's mighty men that surrounded him and the heroic exploits they did. And I want to talk about one of those stories from 2 Samuel 23, beginning of verse 13. During harvest time, 3 of the 30 chief men came down to David at the cave of Adullam, while a band of Philistines was encamped in the valley of Rephaim. At that time, David was in the stronghold, and the Philistine garrison was at Bethlehem. David longed for water, and said, "Oh, that someone would bring me a drink of water from the well near the gate of Bethlehem." So the 3 mighty men broke through the Philistine lines, drew water from the well near the gate of Bethlehem, and carried it back to David. But he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out before the Lord. "Far be it from me, O Lord, to do this," he said. "Is it not the blood of men who went at the risk of their lives?" And David would not drink it. Such were the exploits of the 3 mighty men. I love this story. You know, these 3 men, for no valid military reason, but just because their leader wanted a drink of water from his hometown, they went and fought through the enemy lines at Bethlehem, drew water from the well, and fought their way back through the enemy lines and brought it to David, their leader. Now, I love this story, and you know, I always have to inject myself in there, and part of me wonders what the interview went like the next day when the commander of the garrison at Bethlehem met with his superior commander to report on this incident. You know, the superior commander, the general, calls him in, and he says, "I understand there was a battle last night." And he says, "Yes, sir, the Israelites attacked us." And he said, "Well, with what kind of force?" He says, "With 3. "Well, you know, 3 platoons, 3 battalions, 3 armies, what?" And the commander said, "No, sir, just 3 men." "Well, what happened? Did you kill them or take them prisoner?" "Well, no, sir, they whooped us." "Okay, well, when they got into the city, what happened? Did they burn it or pillage, or you know, what happened?" "Well, actually, they just went to the well and at the gate and pulled up a jug of water." "Okay, well, you had them pinned at the well. Did you kill them then?" "Well, no, sir, they whooped us again." You're telling me that 3 men defeated your entire army not once but twice? "Well, actually, sir, the second time there was only 2 men, that the third one was carrying the water, you know." No, let me just tell you 3 things that I take away from this story. The first one is, don't let the Philistines rob you of what God has given to you. Bethlehem was part of the territory that God had promised Abraham in his covenant in Genesis chapter 15, and it didn't belong to the Philistines. That water didn't belong to the Philistines. The second thing is God blesses those who honor the leaders that he has raised up. Undoubtedly, God raised David up. And even though Saul at this point was still the king of Israel, and Bethlehem was his problem, actually, rather than David's, these men who had recognized God raising David up gathered themselves around David and honored him with their lives. The third thing is, godly leaders recognize that the honor given them by those they lead is the most valuable thing they have. This water brought to him at the expense of these men's lives. David would not even drink. He said, "I'm not worthy to drink this that has been brought to me at the sacrifice of these men's blood." And he poured it out as a drink offering. You have to understand, this was an honor to those men, because the drink offering had to be the most valuable drink that they had. And David poured it out as a drink offering, this water that these men had brought him from Bethlehem. So whether you are a leader or whether you are someone who God has given a godly leader to, you should honor that leadership that God has set up, and recognize that water belongs to you. You can drink it if you want to, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Be in church somewhere this Sunday. God would love to spend some quality time with you. God bless you. We love you.